Right now, you know, once again, we are in the grand finals of this Kill the King. And to be honest, you know, these guys, both teams, you know, there's no real like, oh, you know, they cheese their way in, or you know, they you know, seeking for perfection back in the day. You know, no, none of that. These guys both deserve to be here. They're just, you know, extremely solid teams, and you can tell that, if anything, just by their grades. Grade 26. That's insane. 50, it means 50. That they're like within the top 0.5% of the game, you know, of the gamers out there. These guys are at the top of the food chain, just wrecking machines. And I don't know, FCJ, you got any like predictions? I know it's like always kind of touch and go to do predictions for Bloodline Champions especially, but what are you thinking about how this is going to shape up?
I'm going to sound biased a little bit here, but
oh yeah.
But you know, I've known Presto a long time. I've seen him pull some amazing things out of his ass, and Joho, I'm just so in love with his gunner, man. So I'm a little biased. I know Victory, he's a tough nut to crack, and Delacroix Kairas have been playing some exceptional Bloodline Champions today. But you know, I gotta vote for my gold team here. You know, I love their playstyle. I know them pretty decently. So yeah, biased as hell, but I'm rooting for him here.
All right, bro. All right. You know, I mean, we're only casters. We're only supposed to be unbiased. That was a bit of a trap question. You walked right into it. What?
What?
Kyra's going Igniter.
Yep.
Well, maybe you know, maybe he's thinking about
maybe the
to be honest, I can't really think about what he's thinking, because NG would be a solid choice. I mean, having that EMP and having that Shrinker and the conch shot, you know, setting up for Delacroix, it's very nice, as well as, you know, well, the one difference is that he's going to have a lot of trouble dealing with the range game. You know, Yoho and Gaz are going to be able to shut him out. As NG, he has to take risks and get in there and really, you know, get into within a melee range. So Yoho, of course, can keep him at distance with her, you know, added M1 range. We'll see how this works out right now, as they're going for like a really just straight burst damage. You know, Kyra's, he's playing Igniter. If you're not doing damage as Igniter, you're a waste of space. So we're going to have to see, you know, can he step it up? As right now, he's going to go ahead and yank that rune there. Delacroix, you know, maybe raging a little bit, try to get over there and pick it up himself, but that's not too much of an issue right now. They're really just playing this very steady zoning game, you know, keeping these, you know, very at distance, you know, trying to control mid. The rune is down for now, so it's not going to be too much of a worry, but it looks like Cold Team, you know, they are, you know, getting control here, as they're slowly, you know, forcing them back. You know, look at this Worm Team, you know, kind of giving ground, and that is not how they want to start things off. But look, you know, they can turn around in a second. Delacroix landing a nice blood grip. He is going to eat an affliction, though, so that is not too good of a situation. But that rune is about to pop. Delacroix snipes it. Nice job by him, and he's going to be so close to ultimate that he doesn't care. He'll start trading M1s so long as he gets that energy. And there it is. God mode comes right out, and a fear for your trouble. Presto is just right there. Johnny on the spot, going to get that fear off and shut down. And it looks like most of this ultimate is going to go completely to waste. Delacroix kind of jumping the gun there. Maybe not the best opportunity to use it, as, you know, Zzz is coming out from Presto. Cutie, I can understand, bro. I commiserate, because, you know, these zone games, they're fun to watch, but at the same time, it's just like a very patient game, very slow-paced, looking for those openings kind of style. As right now, oh, look at this. Kyra's, you know, maybe looking for an opportunity there, using his searing displacement, getting get shut down there, though. Yoho going to get shut down with that volcano, and looks like they're just kind of waiting on Victory, you know, to get that ultimate, as Victory eats to execute, and they're just giving ground. You know, we're seeing what we saw when they were up against Lowland Lions. They're giving ground. They keep like playing this little, you know, like, come and get me, son, you know, like in the nooks and crannies, you know, taking advantage of that chrono to shut down those line of sight issues, as this is just so slow. I don't know what to say, as right now, you know, they're kind of just chilling out. Victory has an ultimate, and he might opt to use it now, as Gazhag has no nether shift to, they have nothing. Gazhag, he has a space, but Yoho is down his space. Victory just trying to keep his teammates alive, though. It looks like he's just trying to get some massive heals out, and they're still waiting on those ultimates. There we go. Lockdowns come out, and could we see it? Please just get some damage out, Kyra's, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Delacroix gets yanked in, and here we go. They finally get it out. Gazhag did have his his nether shift, it looked like, and he was able to just avoid that damage. And right now, you know, it looks like Worm Team, they're getting pushed back, but the fog is rolling in. That's going to limit their options. They're forced to run into the middle. Gazhag is trying to get some Bloodline Medallion off here in the left, get some real HP, and this is just looking very very grindy, you know, as per the usual. Joho is just, you know, doing a great job of zoning out Kyra's. Victory just staying right on the edge of the fog, trying to, you know, limit the time that he has to spend, you know, within M1 range. But oh, that's what happens! Fear right out into the fog. Victory going to take some significant damage, and, you know, you can run all day, you can run all night, but they'll catch you. Gazhag,
spotlight
Yoho,
right
these
there.
guys.
Presto is in that spotlight, man. Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
What? That's Ice Cube, man. You can drive all day. You can drive all night. Got a full tank of unleaded. You know that song?
Oh, you're gonna be
Sorry.
a famous singer one day, dude. I swear.
I could not be a singer. That's terrible, but you know, full tank of unleaded. Good song.
I don't
Check
know.
it out.
The pace of that game right there, I don't know. It felt more like, you know, tag, you're it, haha, now you're gonna run away, and then they chase you, and yeah, and then the fog rolls in and kills everyone, just like real life, right? Yeah. But,
they're using the chokes.
Yeah, they are using the chokes. Yeah, so Warm Team here, you know, they're down 1-0, so we're up 1 here for Presto, Gazig, and Joho. And now we're gonna have to try to see if they can do a little bit better this round. You know, Delacor trying to do some big work here with the Gazig, but you know, the two Herald Chronos are just playing such a big part. They reflect so much from both comps. I mean, like Joho with, you know, his M1s, his executes, whatever, it doesn't matter. But Kyra's, of course, you know, he's that Pyromancer, he's that range by default. Look at those rockets ripping right into Victory, and now we got Gazeg with the God Mode. He's going to be trying to rip them a new one right there. The positioning coming out. Victory does have that ultimate ready to go. So does Kyres, but we're going to have to see what they want to do. I kind of expected a lockdown into a Pyromancer roll, but no, Gazeg's going to get that. Another shift. Walk on out of those stairs. Would have been a very clutch place to put it, but Joho a little bit out of position. Has to be very careful right here. We do got the Gonflake right there onto Joho, but it was only the one target, so kind of, in my opinion, maybe a little bit wasted, but now Joho, he's still alive. A little bit, almost getting hit by his own Shadow Bolt Delacor. Very chintzy right there. We got the F1 going off on Joho, trying to get that real hit points up. It might go to the fog yet again. Kyra is doing the same kind of idea. A little bit of a reset, but blue team looking really good here with the health pool. Delacor trying to do a little bit of sneaky. Oh, look at that lockdown right there onto Presto. So far away. Now Gazeg has to run for his life. He's going to try to space on over. Gets a stun. No, actually does not get a stun there off onto Joho. Wow. But now Presto, he's looking all right. He has his own lockdowns going out, but now we do got the Warm Team kind of a little bit more trapped. The map control is definitely going out here to the cold. It's Gazeg and Blackor again, but no, we got Gazeg with the God, but he's going to be chasing Blackor right out of town into a stun. However, they had him all set up, ready to go, but just no damage taken. That God mode is just really ridiculous. And oh, we finally have Kairos go down. I mean, his health pool wasn't that great to begin with. Now Blackor gets pulled. Gazeg with the back hat. And now Victory, he's going to go down. So it did come down to the fog yet again. Very patient games overall. I mean, if you go that whole 2 minutes and you're just looking this healthy, you're thinking, you know, wow, I'm doing really good today.
Yeah, they are doing very good at running. I mean, cold Warm Team, you know, they're doing an extremely good job of just, you know, giving distance, giving ground, and trying to, you know, look for those opportunities where we've seen it in the past. They kind of, sure, they give ground, they take damage, but they're looking for that perfect opportunity to just, you know, get a lockdown into ultimate combination or an execute or some kind of high damage situation where they're able to turn things around in their favor. And so far, that hasn't quite worked out for them. We see them waiting, you know, waiting patiently with those ultimates. They're looking for it, but, you know, the opportunity hasn't presented itself quite yet. So we're going to have to see, you know, what they can do about this, because right now, you know, I hope to see them fight a little bit more, and that's exactly what they're seeing. They're not opting to go right into that choke, you know, like we saw last round. They're kind of fighting over mid right now and just getting steadily pushed back into their spawn. And this is what I want to see, because right now, Delacor Kyres, you know, they're going to have to deal with, you know, they have nowhere to dodge, they have nowhere to run. Yoho is actually, you know, forces a rocket jump right out of there, and that was actually a really nasty situation as Victory gets his lockdown interrupted. But this is insane damage going out, and that's what I'm talking about. Delacor and Kyres, great coordination there with a Volcano Conflag Shadow Bolt combo. That was insane damage going out onto Presto, and just a nasty situation to find themselves in. But as I'm saying that, they get the counter kill. What is this? Tables have turned, you know, from an excellent situation to be in where they just completely nuked somebody, blew him up. Now, you know, they lost all that advantage. They lost their healer, and, you know, Yoho and Gazhag, you know, definitely going to be, you know, in a tight spot, seeing as how they have no HP. So, I mean, they just can't afford to trade hits right now. As, oh, nice pull there by Gazhag. He's going to be able to get in there, but he does not have another shift anymore. And Kyres is going to be sitting pretty. They can afford to trade some hits, you know, so they can take the risks and get into these M1 wars. And look at this, Yoho, just searing displacement over there. One hit could kill them. He's going to get rockets out. And Victory's now just going to be able to space and negate a little bit of that damage. Not too stressed, as right now Kyres could do anything at all. Even Living Flame would kill Yoho. He is like one hit from death. And Victory just needs to survive. Oh, wow! Gazhag trying to get the read there, but Victory, he really went for that max range space. Had he come out any time sooner than that, that EX Shadow Bolt would have caught him in the back, and that would have been a sexy play by Gazhag. Oh. But Victory, just with the great read, going for the putting as much space as he could between him and that Harbinger. Yoho dodging like a pro, though. And just kill him, please. There we go. Finally.
Joho just playing ping pong with himself. Doop, 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 doop. Just missing everything.
Yeah, it's, that's what I wanted to see, though. Finally, some massive burst coming out. I mean,
sudden death. Oh.
I know Presto just got manhandled, like just obliterated. He was there 1 second, gone the next. That was a sick combination of abilities to be used, and that's really like the best. That's what I was talking about, though. They're looking for that opportunity. That's why these games are kind of like slow, one would say, because they're looking for that just like flawless execution where they're going to be able to get like 100 damage off, and somebody's not going to be able to do a damn thing about it. But let's see, are they able to reproduce it, or was it just a fluke?
Yeah, it worked out really well. I mean, you have a lot of tools at their disposal. I mean, yeah, sure, they don't have that energy for setting up that lockdown, but again, we have a volcano that could work just as well. Throw a conflict on there, no problem. We're gonna have to see what they could do this round, but Zlakor Kyra is throwing out the big spam. Joho already taking looks like about 60% of his hit points already. He's already down to it. Lost attempt going out as well, but Zlakor has that God mode ready to go. He does throw it down, the lockdown from Victory. Fortunately not hitting anyone, but now Presto is going to be actually just chasing him off. Now Presto up against a God mode Zlakor, that's not the best of situations, but they're kind of split in our attentions. We're trying to recombine a little bit. Zlakor going behind enemy lines. Joho not looking so good right now either, though, because they're, Presto, the healer, is just so busy. Way back up top, going to try to get some M1s down, but we do get that stun off onto the Presto. So yeah, Joho just trying to keep that position, trying to stay in the back, get some of that health back up, and we're going to have to see what Gasegg and Presto can do to help him out. Now we do got that fire beam coming out from the Kyrez. He's going to be trying to keep Presto busy a little bit here. Joho jumps in, however. Now Zlakor's going to try to capitalize this. They might be able to get it. Kyrez jumping on over as well. It's like, let me get in on this party. But Joho's still alive somehow. Presto keeping him like skin of his teeth right there. The lockdowns go out. Victory's not looking so hot. So the counter from Gasegg. Gasegg's looking really good. And kaboom, Joho goes down in a fiery volcano of death and blood as he's down on the floor. Victory and Zlakor and Kyrez looks like they might be able to capitalize upon this again, but never discount a Gasegg as Presto gets the lockdown, but he does get out of it for some silly reason, and Zlakor with the God mode just doing work here on top of Gasegg. He's actually now really split. Look at this camera, does not even know where to go, but Presto goes down. Gasegg is not looking so good. 3-on-1, he does not have this whatsoever. That makes it now 2-2 for these grand finals.
2-2 in the rounds. One round will decide here, and what a comeback. What a comeback coming out of these guys. Victory, Zlakor, and Kyra is really showing that they have what it takes, out damaging. And Joho, he called it himself. He was like, yeah, bad round. We saw like some missed abilities by him and some questionable spaces, like notably that last one, where he just
killed him.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'm going to go in and like pressure. And, they almost got the win because Victory was within one hit of dying. But at the same time, he was just like completely exposed, and Zlakor had a field day with him just landing those M1s. So a little bit of a gutsy play there. It almost paid off. It was just a risk, and, sometimes you got to take him. But right now, it looks like, we're back up to the zoning game, and Joho is doing a pretty good job of just getting Kyrez out. He is a little bit lacking on the meter, though, so a little bit behind there, as Kyrez is definitely looking pretty. Oh, there we go. Uses that EX, and he's going to get knocked right back out again. Kyrez opting to play it safe. He's going to space right back to his healer. Victory does have his lockdown, though, so it looks like they're waiting. They're going to be working up to the point where Kyrez is able to get his ultimate so that they can get a nice combination off. But it looks like, yeah, they're opting to move up to the top, and oh man, that lockdown, really no setup for it. So of course, if you don't have a fear, if you don't have some form of end cap or anything at all to hold somebody still, they're just going to be able to walk right around it and not get hit by it. So like a little bit of a waste there by Victory, and Joho is actually going to go ahead and space right. Oh no, he has a space, never mind. Able to get right back out of there. He was running into like 1 versus 3 territory, and that could have been really nasty, but able to just reposition himself and, reset the situation, as right now, they're going to be taking full advantage of this choke. They're kind of just going to be, trading shots and just pinging left and right. And, oh, look at that blood grip going down onto Zlakor. We're going to force that nether shift. And now Joho is right on top of him. Gets a nice EX execute off, but is it going to be enough damage to do any kind of lasting hurt to Zlakor? It does not look like it. We have the God Horns out from both of these guys. And here we go. Massive damage go down to Zlakor. Shadow Bolt into lockdown combination. And that is some sick pressure going out. We have the rockets as well. And look at this. Worm team now getting forced away. But that's what I'm talking about, Victory. Nice spear into lockdown. There's not going to be any real capitalization, though. But it allows them to reposition kind of in a safe situation here. They're going to go ahead, give ground, back up into a corner. But they're looking for the opportunity here. And will they find it? I don't know. We'll see in a second here, as right now, Cold Team is just able to force them right back into their spawn. They're trading spawns now at this point. They wound up on the opposite side of the map from where they started. And they are kind of caught, like fish in a barrel, because at this point, Joho, He's going to take advantage and try and get some Bloodline Medallion off. Doesn't look like it, though, but here we go. Trying to set up for some pressure on Delacour. Delacour has no Nether Shift. He's able to space away, though, and look at the communication, you know, coming from this Worm team. Victory, you know, saying, probably calling out like, hey, I'm going up top, you know, move with me. But, oh, wow, look at that. Just great job there. Lockdowns coming out from Presto Cutie. That's going to stop. That's going to stop Kyrez in his tracks. And looks to be like, you know, this is going to be the end because 3-2 right now. You know, the fog is rolling in, but Cold Team, they have the life lead at this point. Oh, Gazhack lands a nice pull onto Victory. Just going to keep right on top of Affliction. Going to put that 75% snare on. Oh, gets speared out into the fog for a little bit of a second. But, you know, as all that is happening, Delacour down to within like 1 HP. You know, this is basically it. He's got nothing to keep himself alive at this point. And GG, well played's come out.
Spotlight again on Presto right there. I wonder if that's intentional. But yeah, 3-2. I mean, epic stuff for a grand finals. It is best of 5 here, guys. So, you know, don't even think we're only 1 map into this. I mean, we could potentially have 4 more, and that would just be like pleasure overload right there. But yeah, Joho, Presto, Gazhag, they're able to take that one. Victory, Korkai's, you know, put up a good fight. We're gonna have to see if Dubaku. I think it's going to be Dubaku. We're going to have to see if Dubaku can actually turn the tides there. But I don't know. It looked like Kyra's there just at the end. Like, we saw the space out from Delacour up to Victory. They're chilling out there up top. They're getting their healing off. But Kyra is way at the bottom. He tries to space on over, but, you know, Joho and Presto, Gazhag, they got some pretty big range on them. Then they're just able to land up the lockdown to the Amplify to the M1. And I guess just Kyra's didn't have Living Flame up, and he just went down. It just looked almost... I wouldn't say throw-worthy, but he just kind of walked halfway across the map and just got backshot to hell. So that's a little bit of a shame. Cooldowns are a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure anybody could agree with you there. Cooldowns kind of suck. But, you know, to remind you guys, this is the grand finals. It's Crumbling of Certainty on the Worm team going up against Lol has more balance on the Cold. Lol has more balance, of course, coming up from the losers bracket. So, you know, in order for them to win this tournament, they'll have to win 2 sets of best of 5 maps, actually. So, you know, they'll have to take 3 maps to reset the series, and then, of course, it is reset fully, and we're going to go into another one. So, you know, that was just the first map, and it went the distance. 3-2, all the way down to Fog, nearly every round. So this is pretty brutal here. It's a very patient, you know, patience-intensive game where, you know, they're just really looking for opportunities, you know, looking for those perfect setups where they're going to be able to get those massive damage abilities because it's a zoning game right now. They're just playing, they've got Harbingers. So Harbingers, very self-reliant class, have great zoning tools, they have great melee tools, and they're able to just leech health off of their opponents, basically stay alive for freaking ever, especially when they get their ultimate out. You know, Gunner going up against Igniter, you know, that's just going to set up for a lot of opportunities where Gunner is able to just outzone the Igniter. Of course, you know, so once Gunner starts landing a couple of those M1s, her M1's going to start coming out faster than Kyrez's. So Kyrez is going to be in a tough spot where it's like, do I want to try and trade M1s? No, because Yoho is going to come out ahead. But what is this? Kyrez, we got a mirror match. We got a straight up mirror match going right now.
Yes, we do.
That's a really rare sight, actually. We almost never see mirror matches like this. So Kyrez, we're gonna have to see. I don't know, dude. Like you mentioned earlier, like Yoho's got like something crazy, like 80% played of Gunner.
85. Yeah.
So can Kyrez step it up against a Gunner master? I don't know, dude. This is like Jackasm style, you know, like people playing SM trying to go up against Jack. Well, Jack had some crazy like 97% played SM.
Yeah.
So
pretty single.
Do you really want to try and make that call and be like, yeah, I'll try and go toe to toe with you, buddy, see if that works? But I don't know. As right now, looks like we got a bit of the, you know, the zone game. Pretty much what we're used to seeing now at this point, as they're going to play it very safe. Oh, nice pull there by Delacour, and he doesn't, Yoho doesn't have his rocket jump. He already used it. Delacour is just kind of whiffing that ultimate, though, that Shadow Bolt, though, and it's just kind of like going off into the space. Delacour, you know, kind of the worst for wear at this point as Victory is, you know, trying to get some heals on. Yoho landing some nice M1s, though. He's going to be keeping that pressure in there, and he does have an ultimate already, so Yoho... Victory, you know, does have his chrono, so Yoho looking for that opportunity to land those rockets. But here we go. Shadow Bolt combination. Are we going to see the point blank? Yes, we are! What the hell? 108 damage going out onto Delacour. That is insane. Execute plus Shadow Bolt. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we want to see. That was great damage and great coordination coming out from this Cold team. Beautiful job by them. And finally, we see some big damage combos going out. That's what we're talking. That's that sweet spot that they're always looking for. They set up for that lockdown, and boom, do they deliver. Man, that was sick. Shadow Bolt to execute 108. That completely turned the favor, you know, turned the battle in their favor. Delacroix, you know, getting healed up a little bit here, but now they're on the ropes. There's no way, you know, Victory and Delacroix, they're so low in HP. Presto sitting pretty over here with full. He can probably go 1v2 at this point, but look at this. I mean, they're getting pushed back into the spawn. Victory does have his space, and there it is. He's going to go ahead and use it. Gazhag not falling for it, though. Going to pull Delacroix into his death. But, dude, that was such a sick combo. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we want to see.
108 damage. Just like Delacroix is like, okay, all right, got about 110, 112 hit points. Okay, lockdown, no problem. 108 damage later. OMG. Running away now. Yeah, it was definitely a huge burst right there, and that did land the win again here for the Cold team. Law has more balance, so they can do 2 more of those that are going to be up 2 games here in the rounds. And that would, but that's good, you know, putting them in a pretty good spot because they win 1 more. They force another set of 3 up against the champs right here because they did come from that loser's bracket. So Kyra so far, I mean, that game's a little bit underwhelming for his gunner. We're going to have to see what he can do. Him and Joho now having kind of a death match there in the center. Fortunately, everyone else is interfering with it, so, you know, let's just take a quick look at them. Big blinds going down to F1 coming off for Joho. He really enjoys that Bloodline medallion of his. What good about it. We got the spell block going on Gazhag and Delacroix. Delacroix's going to switch it up, go down here to the Joho. He uses the nether shift to get into position. Usually you want to use that to get out, and look at them punish him so very much. That was a ridiculously stupid move, if I have to say so myself. Delacroix just nether shifts over there, God modes, and dies. Yeah, not the best ideas right there. But Kyra, let's see if we can pull a victory out of this with a victory. But victory, did I say that right? Yeah, victory. It's gonna take some big damage. Victory! Yeah, victory, go for victory. Maybe, I don't know. Kyra's not looking so hot. The health point pools here on the blue team looking really good. Joe, gonna go right up for the point blank. Was that a double? I don't think that was a double. But big damage going off. And Delacroix, what are you doing, buddy? Like 0 to 100 to 0, even through your ultimate. Like, big punishment right there.
Oh, he just got nuked.
400
completely nuked. Oh man, that's what I love to see, though. I mean, well, I love to see. You know, that was really just a mistake. That was a big mistake on Delacroix's part. You know, initiating with your out is never a good idea. I mean, sometimes it's worth the risk if you can guarantee like getting a kill or getting some massive damage out. But you know, going up like 1 versus 3 pretty much, and using your nether shifts, which is one of your biggest tools to mitigate damage. Just Delacroix, you know, they're not going to let that kind of opportunity pass up. They are going to punish you for that sort of thing. And it looks like, you know, we're going back to this very patient zone heavy kind of game. They're going to go ahead and use those bottlenecks to try and set up for this choke point here where they're just going to be able to trade abilities. But, oh, look at that. Yoho kind of catching victory unawares there. Lands a nice little lockdown, or I mean, silencing shot. And this is going to be another slow-paced game, as right now they're kind of taking advantage of these choke points. They're going to be working around the wall and just trying to get some meter up. Victory, you know, not doing too bad a job. He's already pretty close to ultimate. And, oh, look at that. Delacroix going to go ahead and sneak up and grab that energy. That's 30 energy in his favor. And Yoho going to be forced to rocket jump out of that situation. Delacroix and Victory now both have ultimates. So we're kind of waiting on Kyra's here to get his way up there and make it, you know, start landing those abilities to get that meter. As right now, no, he's going to go ahead and opt for an EX. I mean, an EX execute, really not that great just because Gazhag, what did he do? He healed right back up from it. So that was like 40 energy that completely went to waste. Really not too solid to play. But we got trades from lockdowns going out right now. Victory may be in for a world of hurt. And what was that?
That was a world of hurt.
That was just an abomination. That was disgusting. Lockdowns, and that's really what we're seeing right now. Lockdowns into Shadow Bolt execute. GG, get out. You know, they land that combination. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
I think I have a GG button around here somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, where's the GG button? Do you have that? I gotta order one of those, dude.
GG. Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't know where Presto's going, but we're up 2 rounds now. 4. Law has more balance. They can take 1 more here in the best of 5 series. It's going to force another best of 5 series up against, you know, the winner's bracket finalist, the crumbling of certainty of crumbling. Whatever it is. But I don't know. Kairos could not seem to decide on what he wants to play. I mean, he's clearly playing
Chrono Shadow Bolt. That was Delacroix's Chrono Shadow Bolt, apparently. So Delacroix helping kill his teammate. That was pretty good.
Oh, is that how he died? Fun times. Yeah, right there. Now, I mean, what's Kairos going to run this time? I mean, he's clearly playing a ranged aspect. We've seen him on the Engineer. We've seen him on the Pyro. And now we've seen the Igniter. And we've seen him on the Gunner. What are he going to do? What's he going to do this round? I mean, nothing so far has worked for him. Like, he got to the winners finals with that Engineer, but he's so reluctant to use it.
He is, to be honest. I don't know. At this point, I think he needs to go it. I think he needs to go with it and try and make it work because, I mean,
they're on the
having
verge
the
of
engineer
losing.
conk is going to set up for the for the lockdowns and the shadow bolts. It's really going to allow them to gain a bit more map control as he can, he can outrange Yoho, he can outrange Gazak, he can outrange anybody on the other team. I think what they're concerned about is the fact that Presto's got Chrono, so his machine gun isn't going to be nearly as viable. But at that point,
didn't stop him before.
Yeah, it didn't stop him before, and to be honest, like, just go with what works. What's worked in the past. You don't need to change it up necessarily.
There it is, right there. Engineer coming on out.
Oh yeah, son.
Rank 26, Engineer going to come out here. Now, as I said, they're on the verge of losing this first set. Yes, they have a comfortable set to lose if that's what they want to do. But I mean, that's never really what you want to do. It's all about mind games, the mentality. They've been playing for, two and a half hours now into here. So, I mean, their concentration is probably going to start getting worn down. The needs of the body is going to start taking over. So we're going to have to see what they can do because if they don't take this, there's another set of 3 that they have to go through. I mean, if they just won the first 3, it would have been a little bit easier. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they want to do here.
Victory uncharacteristic, getting a little bit off time there with that Shadow Bolt. Gazak going to eat a little bit of damage, though, and here we go. Kyra's eating a Shadow Bolt as well. This is what the zoning game is all about. Ooh, a nice blood grip, and he's going to get yanked right in there by Delacor. That could have been actually a pretty dirty situation because Kyra's had just used his rocket jump, so he was unable, to... his jetpack, he was unable to, reposition after that, and Gazhag would have been able to land a couple of M1s, but, of course, going in 3 versus 1, always a dicey situation, and right now he's trying to trade some M1s with Delacor, and it looks like it's working out for him as Delacor drops, his health pool plummets, and Presto is trying to, keep that pressure going on top of him, going to be healing up his teammates, but look at this, Cold Team just completely dominating the Warm. Kyra is, forced to give ground, he's running away, and Delacor is still, he's within, you could sneeze on him, dude. Really just shut him down as right now, Gazak trying to land that execute did not work at all. The Shadow Bolt, just unable to get it onto Kyres, who was locked down, and that was a bit of an opportunity missed there by the Cold Team, but they still have the advantage. They're still ahead on the health, on the life meter. Of course, Victory does have his ultimate, and Kyres is getting close to his, so we may see it come out. Here we go. Delacor, are we going to see it point blank? No, gets silenced by Yoho. Great job by Yoho. Stops that incoming pressure, and Presto lives to see another day. That would have been disgusting damage going out with that lockdown, but it looks like in the meantime, Gazhag is just going toe-to-toe here. 1 versus 3, and this, 1 versus 3. A little bit greedy there. That was a bit of a tough situation to be in as Kyres was just able to unload with his machine gun point blank. Wasn't going to come out on top. It looks like Presto Cutie is actually trying to go for a res there. That was pretty dirty. Cheeky bugger, as right now, Victory, Delacor, they're kind of chilling out around the corner, but there we go. Victory lands a nice spear, going to interrupt that, and really, you can't allow that to go on. I think we can count on one hand the number of times we've seen a res actually go off in one of these matches, as Yoho is just trying to buy his healer some time. It's just not going to work out though, and I think that little stunt is just going to cost them the round because, I mean, granted, 3 versus 2, 2 versus 3, it's going to be hard to come back from, but you never stop fighting. But what? Delacor breaking it with a nether shift. Okay. But, I mean, at this point, it's not going to matter at all. There we go. Troll Beam coming in. Kyres is going to lock that kill up pretty quickly. And Presto soon to follow. Finally, a round going in favor of Delacor, Victory, and Kyres.
Yeah, the machine gun making all the difference right there. I mean, look at that, Kyres. 424 damage. Brings the pain right there. How much of that was the machine gun? Not really that much. 10 was the machine gun? He only landed 10 damage in the machine gun? That's not right. Am I reading that right? Let me read that
Didn't quite. Yeah, there was the nether shift.
10. 10. Okay, then. I don't know, man.
Yeah, what are you going to do, bud?
Okay, so yeah, round 2. Now, in your face here, 1-0 for the Crumbling of Certainty. They're got to be feeling really good. Finally they cracked the mold. They didn't go 3-0, and they got themselves some points here on the board. And this is what they need to do, because if they do not go clutch in this series, they are going to get off another best of 5 series that they're going to have to play through. So Kyra is going to be trying. There's the EMP onto the Presto. It was a little bit too late there on that Chrono, but he does get some affliction for his trouble in the same time. Joho going to get grabbed there by Delacor. Delacor does have an ultimate ready to go. Big damage coming down onto Joho. Has to space out, but now we got the God mode running around. Delacor going to be trying to capitalize here. We do get one lockdown off before the fear goes off on the Presto, but Joho going to go down instead. Now we do got Presto feeling some big pressure. The Chrono's going out, and actually is going to get grabbed there by Delacor instead. And the Nether Shift coming out. He's just going to be trying to chase these guys down, but Joho got down. Blaming the leg spikes, believe it or not. But yeah, he did go down, definitely out of position. Presto going for the F1, leaving Gazhag to his own devices, but Gazhag doesn't look like he needs too much help right now. Landing some big damage as now Presto just has to try to to keep himself alive. It's not going to work because I do hear that silly laughter. Zlakor is getting himself a good kill right there. Gazhead going off for the Ressurrection, a little bit weird right there. But 2-0 now. This engineer pick definitely seeming to be, changing the tide of the battle.
Oh yeah, going with what works is definitely. I mean, going with what they're used to is really working out for them, and we're seeing how just how powerful this composition is. Excellent CC, big burst opportunities, great synergy between Harbinger and Engineer. It's obviously working out for them, and they have the EMP and they have the shrink, so they have ways to cleanse any kind of debuffs they get on. Gazhag must be frown face about that. And whoa, look at that pull onto Yoho. Yoho is just taking insane damage, finally able to rocket jump out, but he is so far behind at this point. This is just a nasty situation to be in. Tries to get a little execute there to try and even things up. But wow, we got amplification. We got affliction on all three of the cold team. Zlakor must be grinning ear to ear right now as Yoho is just forced to rocket jump out. Zlakor. Ooh, nice clutch nether shift there to avoid that blind. And oh wow, he is just having Yoho for lunch. Blood grip following up that shadow bolt, and Yoho is just not allowed to find any kind of space to work with right now. He's not getting any of those executes off. He is just really having a difficult time of it. And here we go, trying to come back here. He's going to be going for the Bloodline Medallion, trying to get some real HP back. But here we go, Zlakor is finally going onto Presto, dodges the fear, and that's all the opportunity he needs. He's going to be going to town right now. Gazhak giving his healer another shift, and this is going to be pretty nasty as the lockdown is deftly avoided by Presto. So that was actually a very close situation, and that is it. Wow.
Sorry, that was 100 damage right there.
That was 100 damage again. It's free at that point. It's free. Like, did you see that? I mean,
yep.
Like, I don't even know what you do. I think Victory just sits back in his chair, takes a drag off a cigarette. He's just I don't know, because lockdown, man. Lockdown is just so brutal. There's nothing you can do about it. You can see it coming, but Gazhag wasn't able to get the nether shift. That's really the only thing that could save him at that point, because of course Victor is the guy with the chrono. So Zlakor has got to be the guy, Johnny on the spot with the nether shift, to keep his healer alive or keep whoever got caught alive. If that's down, that's their only way to negate that kind of damage.
I felt like a Braveheart moment there. It's just like freedom, and then he dies. That's kind of it. I was channeling that so hard right there. But yeah, Joho, Gazhag, Presto finally putting a point on the board. If they can win this, they force that next best of 5, and we're gonna have to see what they want to do after that. Joho is going to be trying to stay up here. He's actually going really, close to the enemy team. Usually you see him off in the back. He's actually going really up there. I think it's reduce the travel time there of his M1s, land a lot of that, get off some good meter. He's also hiding these chronos to a fairly effective degree because, hey, if you're not melee, you can't hurt me. Essentially that kind of idea. Now we are to look like we're playing a little bit of ring around the rosy in the middle of the map here. Zlakor down to the bottom. He's going to be trying to... Oh, he might find himself a nice juicy Joho. Now he's going to jump out here. Going to find a Gazhag instead. Has those shadow bolts ready to go. Now he's just going to be nether shifting over there. The god was about to end though. Big damage. 50 damage coming out onto Joho. That was really great shadow bolt combination right there. Kairos and Victory. Victory getting that meter up. He will be ready with that lockdown soon enough. Presto is ready for the lockdown.
Oh!
No, he's not going to hit anything with it, but Joho with the rockets, big damage going down. The chrono coming out, he's just going to wait patiently over there. That own chrono going off, reflecting that shadow bolt. Not a problem, but no! We do got big damage coming in. Yoho with the 50 right there. Kyra is unfortunately not able to add anything to it, but we are out of those the lockdowns right now. Bruston's going to be getting that meter back up. Gazhag is looking all right. Lots of health, almost has that meter ready to go. Zlakor, he's playing a little bit chancy up there. He's going to grab Joho over there. Probably not the best of ideas, but hey, at the same time, why not chip away at Yoho right here? He's going to get some healing off. Presto's looking pretty healthy right now. Victory is now conked out there on the 10th. Yoho, what you doing? What you doing? He's going to get out of that. And Presto just taking big damage. Big damage. Yoho's going to try with that F1. Zlakor's going to find him. Victor's going to find him again. We're playing ring around the rosy. He's always around these circles. Yoho now looking so good. He's going to force out of that, but we do got the lockdown onto Presto. 60 damage to the back. Nothing you can do about it. Yoho also just, stuck right there in that lockdown. Gazhag going to go down as well, and that's going to be a game in the favor of Crumbling for certainty. 3-1. It's now 2-1 in the best of 5 series.
2-1 potential comeback here. They've got to stick with this comp, man. They have to. There's no use changing it up. I know they try to get fancy with the igniter, and then they're like, okay, we'll go gunner. That'll work. It's all good. No. Just go with what works. What's worked in the past. What got you up to grade 26 in the first place. Engineer, Harbinger, Herald, so strong, such a reliable composition. We keep saying it, but it's so true. It's just you see them come back from these situations where they really have no right. They take these risks at the start. They get down to around 50% HP, and then they start kiting. They kite until they get the meter, until they get the energy, and then all of a sudden it's just like locked down into Shadow Bolt, into whatever shotgun EMP, and it's just like 70 damage, 80 damage, 90 damage comes out, and boom, they completely turn the game around for themselves. Yeah, it's just there's nothing really to say about it. It's just a disgusting situation to find yourself in. And to be honest, Yoho, Presto, and Gazhag, they got to be feeling a bit cheated because, to be honest, they were so strong in those first two maps, and they did manage to take a round in that last one. But this Worm team are just so good at getting that kite game on. They know when to go defensive. They know when to play hard to get, and it's definitely working out for them.
For sure. I mean, yeah, 3-1. Whatever works. I mean, Kyra is finally landing on, that hero, that champion, that bloodline that he wants to play. I mean, Engineer is his most played. Let's take a quick look at his profile. He's at 18%. Okay, so he's a little bit more diverse. Lots of range characters in there. Pomp, Igniter, the Engineer, and the Gunner are all up there. But I don't know what we're waiting for here. They're just waiting for a map?
Ooh, I don't know. We got Presto asking for host. So they're kind of deciding on what map is going to follow this one. And I think they're kind of like
supposed to figure all this out before. Yeah,
they're deciding exactly. They're just deciding maybe they have a special pick in mind. Yoho, being the scrub that he is, doesn't know. Presto, he doesn't know what the map names are.
Maybe,
Jesus,
maybe. Yeah, but
shameful.
we have played Citadel of Amma. We've been on to Baku, the Fallen Fortress, Koja, the Pygmy Village. Eventually did land, that loss for them. And now it is 2-1. It does look like Temple of She-Hulks, which just makes me think of Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, dude, seriously. She-Hulk, so good, MVC3, Evo.
You don't want to have a She-Hulk, chasing after you. And I always kind of felt like, having the female Thorn on this map, Temple of She-Hulks, kind of looks like a She-Hulk. It's scary stuff, man.
She looks like a she-something. I don't know what, but
She-demon.
Yeah, that's some nasty. Somebody get some weed killer. You need to get rid of that fast. It's like Coyote Ugly. Just imagine you wake up the next day, female Thorn on your arm. I'd gnaw my arm off. I'd bite that off. I wouldn't want to wake her up.
Keep it. Yep. Get me out of here. We are discussing. Yes, Presto. You have lots of things to discuss. Yeah, but Yoho, Presto, Gazhag, they're going to go here into this map. Let's see if we can shake up the tree a little bit. Victory, Blackcourt, Kairas, I don't know. That last comp did some good stuff. So Engineer very likely going to be with that Kairas. And, Harbingers seem to be the key factor here these days. Harbingers and these Heralds. And, yeah, they're going to go with that. So no changes, 50-50. Let's get this rolling here. Game number 4 of the grand finals here at the Kill the King. FourCourtJester here with the Assembler, and Assembler of course on your stream, so always give props to your streamers, guys. He's doing this from the bottom of his heart. Yeah, bottom of his heart. Well, really, just because we have no streamers, so I was like, dude, I'll do it, no problem. And then of course we're like setting it up last second, and I decided to stream like 3 streams at the same time, so I'm like, why is it lagging? Baby steps, buddy, baby steps.
Baby steps, that's what it's all about. But in case you guys are wondering right now, it is 2-1 in favor of 2-1 in the maps in favor of LOL has more balance. That would be the cold team. So Crumbling for Certainty on the Warm. They're working out their strategy. They're figuring it out right now as they did just take that last map. This change to Engineer from Kairas is definitely working out for them as they have a better control of mid and some better zoning as well. As look at that, Conk shot was going to set up for that blood grip for Delacour. Nice chrono though by Presto, going to stop any kind of counter pressure coming out. And Kairas, eating that Shadow Bolt. That is not the best way to start here. As we're going to go ahead and zoom in on this action. Finally, they're just trading range abilities at this point. Kairas is going to go ahead and jetpack right out of that situation, and that could have been really nasty though. Gazhag just trying to maintain the pressure up here, and he is kind of controlling bottom here as Yoho is coming around top, getting forced to rocket jump out, and really at this point, Kairas, they could force to punish this right now, and I would love to see it as Kairas is able to enlarge himself out of there, eats a Shadow Bolt, but he doesn't care. He's taking 50% reduced damage, and right now Yoho is in for a world of hurt. Kairas is going to go ahead and flamethrower him and just keep that damage rolling, and look at that.
And bam, he's down. Gazhag, he had to F1 for so long, and unfortunately his teammates died for that entire duration, and now bam, 2-2. Crumbling for certainty. Crumbling of certainty. Certainty of crumbling? Whatever their name is. They're up 2-2 now. They could take this last round. That means that's it. That's game. They are now the kings of Kill the King Ressurrection.
What's this?
If they can win the next one.
If they can win the next one, right? Okay. I was about to say, like, wait a second.
No, we're
it's
not
2-2.
done.
We're jumping the gun here.
Like, do you just take off your headphones and you have a smoke and you're like, oh, game's up, and you just put them back on?
Yeah, that's the end of my round. You know, I'm like sitting back here reclining, you know, drinking my rum and coke. No. I wish. It's too early in the morning for that. But as I stretch a little bit there, yeah, that was actually kind of a weird situation because the Victory, you know, got locked down. He ate an execute, yes, but, you know, you saw the Shadow Bolt just barely kind of coming out there. But, of course, that execute broke the stun. It allowed Victory to get his chrono out, and he was able to save himself from really, like, life-ending damage because that Shadow Bolt was already in the air, and you could see it just barely get caught by that chrono. So that could have been a really nasty situation, but it looked like Gazhag might have eaten his own Shadow Bolt because all of a sudden I look at Gazhag, and he's like one hit from death. And I'm wondering, you know, what happened in the meantime. I didn't quite catch it. I don't know if Kyrez unloaded a machine gun or something.
Well, it wasn't the machine gun, but it was counter pressure from Kyrez.
Just counter pressure from Kyrez, yeah. So just once again, just solid play coming out from both of these teams. Nothing less. I mean, they're probably discussing it pretty hard right now because Yoho, you know, Yoho, why would you go F1? You know, exactly, da-da-da-da. But, you know, they're probably, you know, going over what needs to change here because they've just lost 2 maps in a row. So they were up 2 maps. They were about to reset the series, and all of a sudden, you know, these guys crumbling for certainty on the Worm team, they change it up. They go Engineer, and now they have taken 2 maps in a row as well. So now this next map is going to decide, you know, should crumbling for certainty win it, they will be crowned the new kings. And if, you know, LOL has more balance on the Cold team are able to take it, they will reset the series. So it's all on the line here as to who will stay alive and who will be crowned the new victor of the Kill the King tournament.
The intense.
The intensity.
The intensity, yeah. The suspense,
palpable.
The intense. Yeah, it's so good. More games need hype like this, I swear.
And no, Cast isn't going to be around for a while. He's got school coming up. He's got some other things. So, you know, he decided to take a little bit of a break to make sure, you know, he's got everything in order. He's got everything lined up, you know, before, you know, he comes back and, like, gets right back into, you know, the casting, etc. So we're going to have to see, you know, what we're going to have to see what he decides to do as real life, you know, apparently takes over BLC. And I can't blame him. Real life is, especially if you got college. So.
Are people complaining?
No, they're just wondering, you know, people have been asking, you know, what happened to Cass because he did that Twitter post, you know, and that Facebook thing, like, hey, taking 2 months off, etc. I know I saw you tweeted at him or something like that, but...
All right, well, we'll get to Cast after this. But, guys, you know, we're in game number 5 here, the first series. You know, this could be winner takes all, basically, here. If we have, you know, the Worm team, if they win this, it's game over. They win. They're done. They're the kings. And if we can get the Cold team victory, that means we're going to have ourselves some more games, which I would not be opposed to right now. But look at that lockdown there onto the Joho. He's just up in the middle. Gets that rune, but look at the machine gun. Just has Gazhag up against the wall. He can't even move. It's like having a car stuck up on him or something. He's just taking it right there. But Joho, he was stuck down in the corner. I think Presto was up there by the water and couldn't do anything at all. And Gazhag, such a humiliating death, unfortunately, right there. Now it's Lacor Kyra's victory. They're going to try to make something of it. They know they got the edge right here, but they do got a lot of health pool. Like the 2 health pools right here of the Cold team almost rivals that of the Worm team. Again, with that rune, we're going to have to see what he can do. That chrono is down. Got to make something happen. Joho does do the dodge. Shrink device coming out, but now we do know where he is. The Shadow Bolt way off in nowhere, but the Affliction does lands there onto Joho. The amplify damage not going to get hit. Presto spaces on out of that. The lockdown's coming out. Presto is stuck in the lockdown. Gets grabbed out, and that's going to be game number 1 here of the best of 3 or best of 5. Come on, Joho, die. There you go. Burn to death.
He's just chilling out there. He's just standing. Why isn't he dead yet?
Yeah, they turtle till lockdown. That's what we've been seeing a lot. I mean, these lockdowns make huge differences if you can land them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really what, you know, we've seen it time and time again. That's their strategy. If they get in any way behind, they will just turtle. They will wait for that lockdown. That huge ultimate coming out from Herald, it's a huge amplify. It locks somebody down for 3 seconds as well, so it will just keep them standing there. You can set up for so many different kinds of burst opportunities. It's just massive damage, opportunities for massive damage, and really just game-changing because that's how, you know, this Worm team are really making their comebacks. They wait for that lockdown, and then they obliterate somebody. We've seen it time and time again throughout these finals, and we saw it right there, you know, with Presto. He just got completely mauled, so... You know, they need to change it up. They need to just, you know, press their advantage. But the thing is they've got a very, like, ranged, heavy composition. So unless they can find an opening to really get in there and punish, as we saw, you know, Gazhag, he thought he had it on Delacroix last round, and then he was eating machine gun to the back the entire time. You know, so you got to, like, pick your moments, and we'll see here, as right now they have that zoning game again. Victory with that lockdown. He does have his ultimate as well. Kyrez is going to be looking pretty close here, as just a couple more abilities. There it is. He gets his, and the chrono is down. So we may see an opportunity here from Kyrez to get some massive damage out with that machine gun. But it looks like, wow, Victory getting mauled. Max range execute followed up by a Shadow Bolt, and Gazhak, not even necessary. That was just a slaughter. Lockdown coming out on top of that with rockets. And that's what we need to see coming out of this cold team to turn things around for them. They need to, take advantage and keep the pressure going. They can't allow Victory to just get into find his groove, find his stride, and just like chill back, play turtle, play defensive. No, they have to press the advantage, really force his outs, and then capitalize on that. And that's exactly what we just saw right there.
Yeah, Victory did throw down those lockdowns, but unfortunately they were not able to connect. You saw what those rockets did after Presto throws out his. But yeah, Victory just blowing up a quick 50, a cool 50, and well, that's the majority of his hit points, and unfortunately he didn't have too many to begin with. And so yeah, he goes down 1-1 now. We got to be feeling really good here. Law has more balance, but we're not going to be giving up quite yet. We do got crumbling of certainty there. They do not want to give this up whatsoever. They're so close to winning, they can taste it. But yeah, Tlakor Kyrez, they're going to be trying this game. Now, I did not even know you could do that. Tlakor goes up there into the corner. He throws out that hand right through, like, the window. Throwing out those Shadow Bolts right through the window as well. That is something I did not realize you could do, but he's making good use of it. Now he's up in that corner. Gazhak going toe-to-toe. Forces the Nether. Joho trying to go here with Kyrez. Is going to jump out. Oh, he does not get hit by the Gong Shot. Good eye on him. The 44 execute coming out. Now we do got rockets. Rockets going down. It does look like about 3 or 4 of them did hit, not the maxes, but we do got Tlakor. He has that God mode going out. Less damage landing on him, but more damage going out from him. Gazhak does not seem to care whatsoever. We do got Joho with the double lockdown. Nothing at all touches him throughout that. Big pressure coming out from Gazhak as well as Presto. It does look like we lost Tlakor in the corner with Kyrez there swiftly following him into death, and now Victory again. I mean, guys, stop getting in the corners. We've said this how many times today. Corners are bad.
And that strategy just doesn't work on this map. Sure, the maps prior where they had all those nooks and crannies to hide, they could just kite around the corners and run all day and it wasn't a problem. Yeah, they don't have that on this map. You have a bunch of little, you have a bunch of pockets, and you can't get out of a pocket. They're kind of like a bucket, and you're kind of like a fish. And, they're just going to have a field day landing those massive abilities on you, those massive damage abilities. They're just going to come out and wreck your day. So you got to be a lot more careful and be more aggressive. Tlakor and Kyrez, they can play an aggressive style like that. And whoa, that was a cheeky pull there. Tlakor just yanking him right through that window. And Gazhak is now going to be taking some M1 damage. That's what we need to see. Kyrez getting on top of it as well. Right place, right time. And he was able to support Tlakor fully in that. Gazhak, now back, healed up to the maximum that he can be. But he is definitely, oh, Victory with that nice chrono there to save the Tlakor. Gazhak had it waiting for him, the Shadow Bolt that was going to, try and even things up here, and he does manage to go off. I'm going to see if he finds it, a good opportunity to engage. There we go. Nice blood grip, but the counter blood grip comes out, and now they're going to get into a bit of this M1 trading war. But Yoho, he does have a lockdown on him. Oh, Tlakor going to get feared into one as well, and this could be it. Oh, no, it's not going to have... The execute is not going to connect, and that would have been it. That would have sealed the deal. But right now, Tlakor is trying to go toe-to-toe here with Yoho. Victory. Oh, what is this? Reflects the rockets, and Yoho has to get out of there so fast. Can he make it? Can he stay alive? Presto is just spamming heals into him, but it's just not going to happen. Tlakor, up here trying to get his Bloodline Medallion off and regain some real HP, and that is exactly what he's going to do. But they trade blood grips, and now they're one on top of the other. Both Harbs kind of looking for that space. I think Tlakor got blinded there because that was a bit of a random... Shadow Bolt, but kind of reset here. Victory is looking for his ultimate, and he's looking for the space. They need to connect right now, or this is just not going to go well for them. As he does get Presto, but Presto's like way off in the back. They're not going to be able to capitalize on that at all, and it looks like Tlakor will go down, and it looks like the series is going to be reset.
Well done, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Law has more balance, proving that it is the superior game. The superior team. But yeah, the 3-1, that makes them now 3-2 in the series. Second set, which means we're now reset 0-0, and we're going to be going for all the marbles. Although, I'm wondering if these players are up for, another set of 5. We've been playing this, close to 3 hours? 3 hours now, glued to their television screens, their computers, and they've been playing some exceptional Bloodline Champions. We're going to have to see if they can do it again. So yeah, the last set of best of 5 coming up here, guys. And you know what, Samurai, I don't think we're going anywhere, are we?